Welcome back, everyone. And I do mean everyone. It's Forgotten Circus. So I'm going to be doing my review on episode 1. So what I'm going to do, because um, it's on the Rings of Power, instead of doing 1 through 3 all in one episode, I'm going to break it. I'm going to break it out step by step, because the show is that confusing. And let me put it this way: if from all that hoopla that they said about how with viewership and everything was down, they're going to improve a lot of things, stay true to the lore of Tolkien and everything like that. That's not going to happen for you. All right. I was totally lost in the beginning, and I was one of those that I went back and I watched like the last 2 episodes of the first season just as a refresher before I watched this. I did it prior to watching it, and I didn't want to give them that benefit that I watched the whole season again, because you know what, they'll be quick with like, see, it's got watchability. Look at it. Yeah, see, everybody's rewatching it. No, we were rewatching it because we were confused. And I want to start by the fact of that the only people that make sense in this whole show is Elrond and Sauron. So I'll get into that later. So, okay. So Rings of Power. Here you go. Season 2. And this show is going 5 seasons, people. That's okay. So it gets into basically, you have the start of Mordor. Looks amazing. It looks like a tropical oasis. I mean, you wouldn't go there for your honeymoon, but if you liked adventures like rock climbing, maybe running with orcs, some orc sports, maybe you could go the time of like the Orc Olympics, you know. It'd probably be fun, but for some odd reason, when you get inside the castle of in Mordor, it's bad lighting. I don't understand if they don't have skylights in there where they can get some lighting going through, or it's like the orcs and stuff. They like it dark, so I get that, but they like a little bit of sunshine too. So it starts out. This is the best part of this episode, to be honest with you. It is the best part, and I must say it gets gory. I'll give them that. This part is good, and it had me hooked for a little bit with this show. I'm going to watch it all the way through. I'm doing this for my subscribers. If you don't want to watch it, just watch my videos. I'm doing this for you, as I always do. So yeah, we got fake Sauron doing his pitch, and I feel Sauron. He's like, it's like trying to try on costumes or wardrobes and see how it sticks. But obviously the orcs ain't having it. And it was like that business meeting, that awkward business meeting, when they're like, "Oh yeah, everybody gather around, come on into the break room. Yeah, we have a new employee. His name is Fred, and wait, no, I'm just going to use his name is Sauron. Does anybody know who Sauron is? Oh, yeah, you heard about him over there. Okay, so he's actually going to be in charge of all operations. He doesn't know how things work here, so can you guys please like walk him through the processes of stuff we do, like the paperwork and stuff." And them orcs was not having it. They was like, who? They hit him with the Conor McGregor. Who in the fuck is this guy? Oh, this guy. Right. So the attempted, Julius Caesar assassination. And I must say, fake Sauron, held his own until he didn't. And this was brutal. There was a lot of stabs and stuff. And he was still taking a lot out, but I was like, oh, okay. Okay. So he falls to the floor. And then we get this long montage of the goo, the black goo. Everything's black goo now. We got to have a black goo, not blood. And he turns into like this symbiote, like Venom. And he starts to pull. This is Sauron now. But before I get into that, hey, so apparently Sauron is the best host ever. It all depends what you want Mordor to look like. So when he is killed there, well, really not killed, but the physical form is killed. He releases his essence, and in his essence, make it a ski resort in Colorado. dude, I'm going to Mordor. They got it all. Summer's popping there. They got the Swiss Alps that they brought to Mordor. They literally brought the Swiss Alps to Mordor. It's amazing. So the black goo goes down, right? And you get the symbiote, the venom thing. And right now, I really think that the Animal Rights Foundation is probably flipping out because they take out a lot of things. They take out centipedes, or this goo takes out centipedes, rats, and humans. Like, so he can bring his asses back. And I did like how when he came out of the carriage, so this does have spoilers, I'm sorry, people. When he came out of the carriage after killing an innocent human being that had nothing to do with anything, because she got caught, she ran through the essence, got caught on the wheel, and then, I don't know, maybe that was the last thing he needed to turn back to the same form as Halbrand. So he's basically sitting there like, well, that didn't work. Let me try something else. At least he's making sense. He's trying stuff. Yeah. So the whole beginning was confusing. Then we got to the part where he met Galadriel, so they explained that. You saw it before, and then he had the little shard or whatever from that family. Not interested in that. And then, so we got this thing with so Galadriel and Elrond trying to bounce there, like, yo, these rings, dog, I wouldn't trust them. I wouldn't trust the rings. You know what I mean? Then why'd you bring them with you, Elrond? And I do like he makes a comeback, but this is one of the dumb things he does. Why'd you bring him with when you're riding on your horse and she's chasing you? I don't know. Maybe like tuck it somewhere. I don't know, swallow him. You're an elf. You'll be all right. Just swallow him. I mean, people do that all the time. They swallow things. Look what happens in prisons. Do something. Maybe trick her off the path, because obviously you got there before. Put it behind like a little rock or something. Or how about not bring them to begin with? All right. So they get the rings there, and then we get this weird little like dad with King Giga Chad. I'm going to call him King Giga Chad because he always got the look. He's always like, where are the rings? I know it's Gil Galahad, whatever, and he's the king of the elves. But he's like, so, yeah, we got to go. And then why is it so hard for people to say his name? Like Elrond's just sitting there, Galadriel's just sitting there because Elrond snitched on her, which he should have, because Galadriel. This is the whole reason. Galadriel is the reason why all this sucks. It's because of her weakness. She is the problem. Remove her. But yeah, and then they're just going back and forth like dad, brother, and sister fight. You know what I mean? It's one of those like dad, brother, sister fight. And then he's like, and then King Galahad's like, yeah, it's because of your treachery and all that and what you did. You were weak, that we didn't have enough time. And then she's all like, well, I was deceived. I am unworthy. I was deceived by Sauron. He was so good. Well, she doesn't say his name. Everybody can't say his name. And then when she's like, Sauron. So I'm sorry, what? Speak up. You said soy sauce? Soy sauce? Salt? Do you need salt and pepper? Sarah? Sarah? Sasha? What? Oh, Sauron. Sauron, that's what you said. Stop mumbling. Oh, thank you. Stop mumbling. Yeah, you got there, and then apparently they're like, oh, so, Sauron, he didn't touch them. I know of it myself. So where'd the ring come in? He was there, right? And Elrond was like, well, if he was there in the vicinity, he had something to do with it. And everyone's like, well, Galadriel's saying that he didn't touch, so we're going to believe Galadriel because, she only betrayed us once. And you've never betrayed us, but this is the first time you're betraying us. So we got to come at you, Elrond, first before her. What? And Elrond's like, yo, I feel Elrond. He's like, I ain't giving it to you. And then it's like this, give it to me. It's mine. No. Give it to me. It's mine. No. Give it to me. It's mine. No. Hey, Galadriel, you're stupid. That's what Elrond wanted to say. You're stupid. You're stupid. You're stupid. That one guard back there, you're cool. You know what I mean? Because he all the way in the back, so he's cool, and he's got his back turned. He ain't even hearing this shit. But like, so then he's a perfect cliff diver, so he jumps off, and then King Giga Chad is like, "Oh, wow, let's go find him. Maybe we shouldn't have let him walk to the ledge over there. Maybe I should have kept him right over here, right next to me. Or hey, put them both together, so then they can talk to each other and talk to me at the same time." Why is everybody so spaced so far out? And why are we having this meeting at the end of the cliff? Why couldn't we done it in the chambers? Why do we have to be by the tree? Is there other places we meet? We could have sat down at a table. There's a whole meeting room for the elves in here. Why weren't we in there? Were we enjoying the sunset? So he jumps, cliff diver, then then all of a sudden Galadriel's back in good grace because, yeah, Elrond. And then King Giga Chad is like, yeah, Elrond is Sauron. And then Galadriel's just sitting there like, like, you see all the deception? The elves in this, the elves in the show, besides Elrond, and besides other couple elves here and there, they suck. They're mindless idiots. Leave Middle Earth because you are the problem. You were always the problem. Leave Middle Earth. Just leave. Just leave. We got it. We got the Numenorians. Maybe they'll come up and do something. At least we got Isildur. But just leave them out. Just bye. Bye. Yes, you know what? I'll go up there and be your landscaper. I'll just freaking get the leaves off for you. There you go. You can speed it up. You don't have to wait another 10 years or 10 days. Look, I knocked the last leaf off. Leave. Because they're terrible. So then, yeah, you got that. And then it's like, wait, I'm going on a tangent, ain't I? Yep. So, you know, and then they're searching for Elrond. All these elf royal guard and special force supposed to be the best of the best. That's why they're picked to be that part of the elf empire. Yeah. Well, Elrond's just sitting under the bridge eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and probably some strawberries dipped in chocolate as well. And you're just walking over the bridge. Hey, you ever heard of the troll under the bridge or something under the bridge? Can we look under it? No? We're just gonna just chill over there. Cool. Yeah. And then we get past that, and then we got good old appearance of the Harfoots that nobody cares about. Nobody gives a shit about the Harfoots. You guys are fake hobbits. Actually, go to the Shire. They'd probably kick your ass. Okay. So, the Harfoots, and, you know, you get the whole gaining, or Gandalf, and the other Harfoot, I forget her name. Is it Pepperwine, Peppery, Brandywine, Brandyfoot, Hogmoss, and Rockstone. I don't know what her last name is, but yeah. So you get the whole, she's trying to pep Gandalf up. If it's Gandalf, fake Gandalf. If it is, who cares? But, you know, pep him up and be like, yeah, you could do it. You could do it. And he's walking around like a mindless idiot too, suffering from dementia or something. I get it. He was dropped from freaking, I don't know, from who knows? Okay, from a meteor and stuff. So, you know, they're doing this thing, and then it gets weirdly sexual if nobody realizes. I don't know if it's me, but really look at that scene when he's going up to the tree and the way the tree is shaped, and then he's moving his hand through the rocks, and everything's like the rocks are coming up, and then he moves his hand up the tree, and he's like feeling on the tree, you know, and she's sitting there getting all excited, like, yeah, you're doing it. And then it pops and bursts, and all these things come out, all these bugs so they can eat are just flowing out of it. Weird, right? Watch that scene and tell me what you think about that scene. All right, so you got that, right? And then, yeah, we get past that, whatever. I'm not even going to stay because of the Harfoots. And then you get the normal bully, you know, because Andar's there. You know, he's already done his thing. He's running the show with the orcs. And then Halbrand pops up again like he's never met him before, you know, never seen this guy before. No, he's cool. Yeah, just bring him in chains. Nobody knows. Sauron is G, as always. Sauron is the best of making himself disappear in plain sight. This dude is Houdini of Rings of Power. Team Sauron. This dude playing everybody, right? So you got the bully that beats him up all the time and beats him all so you feel bad for Sauron. You don't feel bad for Sauron because Sauron's playing everybody. So, you know, they have it where he's beating him and stuff, and they do the pan away the camera, so you're supposed to be like, oh, no, don't hit Halbrand. Don't hit him. No, don't hit him. Even though he is great, and this dude is good. Like, I like this guy. I like the actor and him, Sauron, Halbrand, whatever he's going to be, you know? But they had, and it's like, dude, we know who this guy is. Matter of fact, throw that dude into Mount Doom. You know what I mean? But yeah, it didn't work. It's like they wanted you to feel bad for him. And why do people go with ships in the ocean? Just don't. Those creatures down there are ridiculous. You got a Mosasaurus and stuff. It's Jurassic Park down there. The stuff up here, like, I'd be more scared of stuff that was out of Sauron. Shit. Have you ever been in that ocean? Yo, try the lake. That shit worse. You know? So, and then, King Giga Chad and a Galadriel all besties again. You know, I knew you would. I would. All of a sudden, Elrond just whatever. Elrond's a piece of shit all of a sudden. But Elrond's the smartest person. But yeah. He's doing his thing, you know, and they're like, we're going to do detective work and find this guy. So he met up with Buddy Christ, the Buddy Christ elf. So have you ever seen Dogma? Watch it, Buddy Christ. Yeah, pretty cool guy. And Elrond, they make a ton of sense what they're talking about. They're like, we got to get rid of these. Hell nah. Elrond, you should just listen to the guy where it was. Give me the location. Send me location. And then got on yourself. Because Sauron's slick. So, yeah, let's all say Galadriel sucks as a person. She sucks as a character. And it takes away from Cate Blanchett's performance. And it kind of proves that she's a blundering idiot. And everything she touches doesn't turn to gold. It turns to shit. So I hate her. I hate when she speaks. I think she's the reason why all this is happening. It just sucks. She sucks as a character. And then she's the one that messed everything up. Why isn't everybody looking at her like, you kind of did put us in a situation, so it's up to you to fix it. So, yeah. And then Buddy Christ the Messiah is on a boat to find the new lands or find Noah's Ark, you know. And then he gets, he just falls trapped with the rings, and that comes in later. And then this whole thing with that trap. And then appearance of another Harfoot. So we don't have one Harfoot. We have two Harfoots now with Dementia Gandalf. All right. So they put down this little rope trap or whatever. How can't you see? It was the cheesiest thing I've ever seen. They put like this little rope trap. And then apparently that's the only path that you walk on. Usually when you're actually following somebody or something like that, or hunting somebody or trying to find them, you stay by the path, not on the path, because you don't want to ruin tracks or anything. So you kind of go off the path. But no, you're going to walk directly on there. So cool. Harfoots, I thought you guys knew that stuff, you know, since you travel a lot. And then we get the singing montage with the Harfoots, and I'm done with Harfoots again. I'm done. And then, like, Buddy Christ falls victim. And the funny thing is, how can't anybody, we got all these magical beings that know all this stuff. We got all these orcs and everything, and nobody can sense that this dude is Sauron. Maybe he is that good, or maybe everybody in this universe is just absolutely dumb. Okay. So, yeah. And then Andor is like, yeah, so Sauron's like, yo, let me go. I'll infiltrate the elves. And I'll bow to you, whatever. I mean, he does it like, because he's playing everybody. And I think Andor does know something is up. And I do like the new Andor guy. Pretty good casting. He does know something, but he's so arrogant that he's just like, oh, I'll let somebody do my dirty work for me and take all the credit. You know? So we get the bully gets eaten by the dog that was in the cell, and then Buddy Christ pulled a Judas. He literally, I don't even think he looked at Elron. Comes up with the rings, right? And he's like, the rings. And then all the elves are like, oh, yeah, we got the rings. And Elron's sitting there like, yo, these guys are friggin' idiots. Like, I'm surrounded by a bunch of idiots. Hey, you know what you need to do, Elron? You need to join, actually join. You need to send a bird, a pigeon, one of those flying eagles, butterfly, whatever, to find Sauron, or go out there, get on your horse, because you're leaving this scene and you're like, what is going on? Yeah, you need to team up with Sauron and just annihilate everybody. You and Sauron together would be dope. Just annihilate all the idiots, the Numenorians, the humans, the orcs, definitely the elves. The elves should be first on. Just annihilate them. Start everything. Start everything back over. The two of you together with the power would be ridiculous. You know, just get rid of all of them. And then Galadriel, so he says, Elrond says, no, when King Gigachad's about to put on the rings, because old Buddy Christ has the ring on, you know, and they got this weird montage where like holding their hands together like this, like, we can't touch, just don't touch. The rings are too powerful. Yes, but everybody look at my bling. Look at the bling. Oh my God, so weird, dude. And then Galadriel, you know, she's the one who puts on the ring, and Elrond's like, dog, don't do it. And she's like, nope. Some friend that is. She sucks. Galadriel's terrible. Jeez. And it proves that the elves are a cult. Because when they put the rings on, the tree starts to bloom and everything like that. And Elrond's looking like, don't you think this is a little weird? That as soon as you put the rings on that were made in some weird forge where in or about or roundabout in the area that Sauron was, don't you think this would be a little weird? And they're just like, oh, look at the fireworks and the beautiful little butterflies. Idiots. They're morons. So, you know, the elves they're just dumb cult. They don't know what's going on. They're no Legolas and all that. The elves of that time are way better and just better. I guess they learned from these idiots. You know, when people make a lot of mistakes and then you're like, oh, they were the ones that kept putting their hands on the frying pan in like the middle of it instead of grabbing the handle. Yeah, they were those guys. See, handle. Yeah. So, you know, Sauron's like, as soon as they put it on, Sauron's like sitting there. You see him. He's like, got him, coach. Oh, got him. Got him, coach. Yeah. And then, you know, at the end, it ends off in the other elfin city that has the giant forge, so he can forge some more rings, probably. Forge something else. Maybe that little battle axe he got, boy. Can't wait to see that when he gets into his armor and stuff. Give me some of that. That should be season 5. We already see how the battle ends or whatever, but I want to see some stuff build up to that with Sauron in that armor, because he's the only one that makes sense, and Elrond. But that's it. I ranted a little too long. I'm sorry. Every episode that I do, it's so much going on and so much like reckless writing that I have to make this that long to explain it to you. Because if you're not going to watch it, just watch my videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm telling you, I got some fire, because this is only the start of where I'm going with the show. And it's another episode 8 episode season, and people releasing 3 episodes at once, which is a terrible idea. You don't space it out for your next season. That's why people forget. So you need to start doing day and date, and I'm one of those 10 minimum. 10 minimum. I'm going 10 minimum. I really want 12 minimum, but I'll take the 10. Because this is the gift that keeps on giving. But that's all I got for episode 1. So I want everyone to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I mean, it only takes one little click. Come be a part of the circus. Don't be forgotten to us. We can be forgotten together. And I want everyone to subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe. And I do mean everyone.